Hello hackers, welcome back to Hackdoor. Now today's tutorial is going to be how to set up Splunk Enterprise as a community edition or a free trial on your local system to set up your home lab for SOC. Okay, so basically you have to go to this particular link and here you can get your free trial for Splunk. You have to enter an email and a password and give this information, and then you can just go ahead and create account. Okay, so since I already have an account, I'll just quickly click on login. Let's log in. And since an account is already there, so I'm just gonna put in the information and log back into it. So you can too create an account and log into Splunk. Now, once you log in, once you sign in, you'll get basically different flavors of Splunk for different operating system. So we have a 64-bit Windows edition for Windows, and this is the one you can go ahead and click on download now. I already have that in my downloads folder, right? So I'm not going to download it again. And in case you want to set up the Splunk server on Linux, then these are the option you have. You have a Debian package, an RPM, and a targot.gz package as well. Okay, so this can be done on Linux as well. And in case you are trying to do it on Mac OS, then Mac OS with Intel chips is supported as of now. As per some articles, I've also seen that you can also install it on a Mac OS with Apple Silicon using Rosetta. So that might also be possible. You have two options: either download the DMG or the Apple package, or download the GZ file and set it up with command line. Okay, but this tutorial is going to be about Windows. If you want tutorials on Linux and Mac, do put it on the comment section and I'll create a tutorial for that as well. Now, since I have already downloaded Splunk, so I'm just gonna click on this MSI package. Okay, so as soon as I click on this MSI package, it's asking me to check for the agreement with the license agreement. So I'm gonna check that up. Okay, click on next. Now here it is basically asking you to create the administrator account for the Splunk server. So I'm gonna put my username as Hackdoor and also set up a password for it as well. Okay, so I have created a username which is Hackdoor, and I've also set up a password for my Splunk server. Okay, it's asking to create a short start menu icon. Why not? Let's go ahead. And as you can see, the installation process has started now, and it will start installing Splunk on your system. It hardly takes a couple of minutes to get Splunk up and ready. Also, guys, if you're not following the channel, I would request you to please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, as it really keeps us motivated to create such tutorials. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comment section, but let's wait for this setup to complete. Okay, now as you can see, the setups for Splunk has successfully installed, and it's asking if I want to launch into the browser. Why not? Let's go ahead and launch it. Now, as a first thing, it's asking me for a username and password. So my username is Hackdoor, and I have also entered my password. Let's click on sign in, and it should work like a charm. Now you can see this is a fresh new installation of Splunk, and I have various Splunk apps here. I can also see a settings icon here and various settings, right? So it says hello administrator, and we have successfully logged in. Splunk also has certain apps like search and reporting, audit trail monitoring, Splunk observability cloud and all, but we are not using the cloud version. We are using it on an on-prem version, so that's not of use. And we can also go to the reporting of searching tab. Okay, so it's giving us some valuable tips. Let's skip the tour for now, but you can feel free to take the tour if you're new to Splunk. Okay, now let's get some Splunk logs from our local server. Now to do this, we'll install something called as a Splunk forwarder on our system. Okay, now this Splunk forwarder is like a agent that runs and forwards logs to Splunk Enterprise server. Okay, now let's go ahead and let's click on, we accept the agreement. Then it says it uses a universal forward. So like we are using an on-prem system, so this is the option we select. If you're using a cloud instance, you can select this option, but now let's go with the enterprise. Let's select the custom options. Okay, so we can leave this universal forwarder default directory as it is. That's okay. Click on next. Okay, certificate is something we do not want to configure right now. We can ignore this completely since this is only for a home lab. Now we can let it be virtual account. Okay, privilege, yeah, perfect. And now it's asking us, what kind of logs do we want to do. So let's select all the options, okay, because we want all the logs coming in from our local server to the Splunk enterprise server. Okay, let's also enable AD monitoring, although we're not using AD right now, but that's okay. And here you can put in a path to monitor, like for example certain directory which is sensitive and you want to monitor it, you can definitely do it. If you want to add a file, you can add a file. Let's select directory, and let me say my entire C drive is something that I want to get monitored. Okay, then let's click on next. Now it's asking us to create the credentials for the administrator account. The password has to be as per the standard. So let me create again a username for the Splunk forwarder admin. So hackdoor, and let's not generate a random password. Let's create our own passwords. Perfect. Click next. Now it's asking us for the deployment server hostname. Okay, now guys, remember the deployment server hostname is going to be the IP of where we have installed Splunk server. Since we have installed it on the same machine, as you can see, it's 127.0.0.1, which is the local host. Okay, but I'll still give it an IP that the host has just for the resolution, or I can just give the 127 also. So let's give it the localhost IP, because here I am just going to use my local server, and let's keep the port as default at 8089. So 8089 is where the Splunk indexer and other Splunk services run. Okay, Splunk daemon runs. So let us go ahead and put the port number as 8089. Okay, default. Okay, now it's again asking for the indexer receiver. So let's enter the IP again as 127.0.0.1, and now the default port is going to be 9997 for the Splunk indexer, which we are also going to configure in a minute on the Splunk itself. Okay, so let's go back, and to configure the indexer, let's go here, where we are in the settings. Okay, now in settings, what we need to do is we need to add the indexer, okay, before we go ahead and install the Splunk forwarder. Okay, so here what we will do is we'll go to Splunk Enterprises, settings, and forwarding and receiving. Okay, so this is a setting that we want to go in. Okay, and now here you can see, there are no receiving configured. Okay, so now since we have to configure receiving, click on add new. Okay, and this is the port the Splunk will listen to for the data forwards coming in. Okay, so let's enter the port as the same one, 9997. Okay, the same port number that we added here. Okay, so it's going to be the same port number. If you want to change, you can change it, but let's keep it default since it's a home lab. So yeah, why not? Okay, so let's save it, and now you can see the listener on the port 9997 is enabled. Okay, and let us keep it enabled, and now we can click on next, and we can click on install. Let's click on yes. It's a trusted software from a trusted source, so why not? Okay, now let's wait for the forwarder to configure, and it's going to be the same process, in case you want to deploy it on a VM. So like here you can see I have a VM, a Windows VM, where I can actually, in the next tutorial I'm going to grab the logs from here as well. Okay, so Windows is setting up. It's a new window. Let's accept everything. Okay, now it says that Splunk has been configured. Let's click on finish, and let's just wait for a minute. Now one of the things what we need to do is to search, right, whether or not we have the host added or not. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to go back to the Splunk Enterprise homepage, search and reporting. Okay, right here, and in the search and reporting, if we click on, let's say what, let's go ahead and click on, let's say search history. So it says no search found. Okay, why not? Let's just try to search the host name. Okay, so let's say our host name is host, okay, equal to hackdoor. Okay, so this is basically the name of my host. I can help you verify that as well. If I type host name on my CMD, then it gives the host name as hackdoor. Okay, so this is my host name. If I search, let's search, and now you can see I have logs coming in from this particular host. Now, just to enhance my view, what I can do is I can just click here and make it verbose so that it gives me more information per log. Okay, so you can see that I'm getting entire log from this machine entirely coming into Splunk. Okay, so that is how you do it to get the verbose data, verbose logs on any host. Now, if I want to do it on this virtual machine, obviously I don't want to do this right now. We'll do this in the next video, guys. So basically, this is how you get the logs here. Okay, now in search and reporting, we have already set it to the verbose mode. Now this is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the video, and in the next video what we're going to do is we are going to install it in a different machine. Okay, the Splunk forwarder in a different machine. That machine is going to be a virtual box like this. Okay, so we will install Splunk forwarder there, and we'll also try to get the logs from that machine. So I hope you enjoyed the content, and if you did, do subscribe to our channel. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.